Hi, welcome back to Ask a Monk. Next question comes from Philosophia312. Who asks, is it possible to locate a person in their next life? Very difficult. Yeah, technically possible. But I would say, this is in the realm of very strong meditators or people who have special abilities from past lives. There are people out there claiming to be psychics, able to communicate with the dead, and obviously most of them are fakes, but there's the potential that someone is actually able to do this, even more so if they're practicing meditation. But you will find people who just have this ability carried over from past lives. I wouldn't rely on that too much, because obviously most people are fakes. Can you do it? Obviously, if you practice meditation for a while, develop yourself, it's certainly possible. I'd like to propose some alternatives, though. First of all, because it's quite likely that you won't be able to contact the person, and that you might also delude yourself into thinking that somehow you have made contact when in fact you haven't. And also because it's, maybe the question to be asked, you can ask yourself, is whether it's really necessary. And this is a challenge, because we cling to people. But this is a part of, I was talking about in Second Life. If you watch my latest video in Second Life, October 10th or something. 10th? 9th? 10th. Our perception of reality is so narrow, and so as a result we cling to things that can seem quite ridiculous after you start getting into meditation and objective observation of reality. You start to realize that humankind, we're a part of a much larger group of beings, and in a sense we're all family, and we've all come from the same place, and we're all in the same boat. So to focus on a single person who's left you is really counterproductive, because it's going to create some sort of stress in your life, unnecessarily, to no benefit, except to appease our addiction to that one person. When in fact happiness and true and lasting happiness and peace is much better found in the friendship and a harmony with the people who are around us. Ask yourself, what's wrong with the people around me? What's wrong with my relationship to them? Because actually they are perfect as well. They are on the same level as whoever you've left behind. They're just not at the same level. They're equally important, but they're at a different level of development. And so try to align yourself with a certain type of people rather than a specific person. Try to find people who are caring, and respond to all people with love and compassion and harmony, with the idea that they are people as well, and find a way to be in harmony with the people around you, so that your relationships with them is what's most important. Because when it's not, then you're removing yourself from reality, and what happens then is generally our relationships with the people around us are ruined in favor of a relationship that we're not having with someone else. We are unable to stand the behavior of other people. We don't put any effort into the reality, the real relationships that we're in. the people who are really there with us. Our attention is focused on our sorrow and sadness and our clinging to someone who's not there, and someone who, even if we could contact them, is still not with us. This is one part of it. I think it's very important and quite difficult. This is a challenge to our way of looking at things. So I hope you can accept the challenge, and you can decide for yourself whether I'm right or not, whether this is an important thing or not. And the other part of it is that, accepting our limitations, because I can say that, but it doesn't make it true that, suddenly you forget about that person and you're okay with accepting everybody. People come and go, and you're able. That's probably, it's generally a long way away from where we are when we start meditating. So there are tricks. I mean, there are things that we can do to help ourselves, help alleviate the pain during the time of loss, or during the time of adaptation to the loss, and while we're still clinging. And that is better than to find out where the person is to think of the person and to wish them peace, happiness, and freedom from suffering, because that is love, and that is the most important part of our relationship with them. When we focus on that, we realize we lose the other part, which is causing us suffering, because love doesn't cling. Love is not something that needs to think about the person. The more you love someone, it's not the case that the more you love someone, the more you need to be near them. What we're talking about in the case of needing to be near someone is attachment. And I've talked about this before. Love is wishing for them to be happy. Attachment is wanting them to make you happy, because it makes you happy when they're around, and you cling to that. When we focus on love, wishing for them to be happy, wishing for them to find peace, thinking about them, and the best time to do this is after you meditate. Once you finish meditating, before you open your eyes, make a wish. May I be happy, free from pain and suffering. May all the beings in this house, in this building, in this city, in this country, may all beings, may they all be happy, find peace, happiness, freedom from suffering. But specify that person as well. Somewhere in there, even at the beginning, may that person be happy. Wherever they are now, may they be happy, may they find peace, may they be free from suffering. And you'll find that's probably the best weapon to fight the craving, besides, of course, meditation itself, and the eventual realization of objectivity, and taking things as they come, and realizing that we're all in this together, that person is on their own now. They're in a whole different place. And from a theoretical point of view, it's because that their term with us has ended. Our relationship only went so far. They have other business to take care of, and they're a whole other group of people. Maybe we're included in that. Maybe they've already been born, or they've already been conceived, and they're in someone's womb nearby, and we're going to see them again as a child. We might not even recognize them, might not even know it's them. They might have been born as a dog in our house. They might be an angel in our house. They might be somewhere nearby, and they might be a part of our reality. But they've changed, and they're in a new mode, and that's fine. We have to move on as well. Our story, our play, our life is moving, is impermanent, and so being able to deal with this and remove ourselves from this false idea of the way things should be, to an understanding and an ability to adapt to the way things actually are, that will bring us real and true peace, happiness, and freedom from suffering. So I hope that helps. Thanks for the question. Keep practicing.